Last time out, we're entering the winter break in second place with 34 points from 20 matches, 5 points behind the team top of the table, and only 5 points clear of 7th place, meaning that we had as much chance of catching the team top as we did falling out of the playoffs altogether. We also had one of the most bizarre looking intake previews I've ever seen, which didn't look promising but at the same time promised something. So that was weird. We also had a 3-month winter break, meaning that we had 3 months of preparing for things to happen and to come back to a youth intake. So we've had the youth intake. What happened? Well, first thing that happened was we played 5 matches. We are on the 28th of March and we won our first 3 matches comfortably, including the first game being against a team that was top of the table at the time. So that's a good start. And we won the next 2 games 2-1 before we lost to a team that is expected to win this league comfortably by goals to nil before we drew against a team that should be relegated or in the relegation zone. Again, they keep on drawing against us. I don't know why. But this is the youth intake, and as you can see, it's a rather interesting one. Much better than what we were promised initially. How is it that I'm able to get a better intake than I was promised, whereas the other way around is normally the case for everyone else? What is with this? I swear. So, we're looking at this now, and there's only really 5 players to talk about, so let's go over all of them right now. But Marcin Andrzejczyk is the right back who is expected to be really, really good, and I already know I'm going to butcher all the Polish names. I apologize, it's not my native language, but I can't help it, even if I wanted to try and learn Polish at one point in the future. But yes, this guy looks quite good for a fullback, and as a wingback and support, quite nice to have, honestly. I might use him in the future. I just need to improve his off the ball, and his acceleration and pace, and his crossing and dribbling, and perhaps, maybe, just maybe, we'll make him a star. We also had a midfielder in Tomasz Kaczynski, and Kaczynski looks like a player that I'm generally could use long term. He's a hard-working midfielder, teamwork at 18, work rate of 16, and that stands out in the mental side of things. He's not a good leader, he's only got 1 of that. He's unambitious, but determination of 5 is probably the reason for it. But he's got a decent dribbling on him, and he's got decent pace. He's got good stamina as well, so definitely feels like a box-to-box if we improved a few other things like his finishing, his composure, and all that other stuff. But honestly, I like the look of him. This guy is Norbert Sostek, another fullback who could play all across the back line if I really wanted him to. He's also really good on either foot, and I could play him as a left back if I really wanted to. So for me, that's exciting. He's just got no good consistency, terrible consistency. That might be a problem. We've also got Murtaz Kumar and centre back, immediately centre back, 6'2", 15 jumping reach. His heading's not great, his marking's not great. But he's aggressive, he's got great bravery, he's determined, he's got good, decent tackling, good teamwork, decent work rate, and he actually has some acceleration. Not pace, but acceleration. He does like to try and play himself out of trouble. Is he Harry Maguire in disguise? Has he been watching Harry Maguire and decided that he's the kind of player he wants to be like? That feels like a Harry Maguire trait to try and play your way out of trouble, because you're just going to lose the ball all the time, aren't you? Last person to talk about is another centre-back who could also play as a midfielder, and it's Sebastian Palek. So, yes, unambitious. Again, likes to play his way out of trouble, but he's 6'7", has 16 jumping reach. I found my weapon for the future, and he could be a leader. So, this guy's actually more like Maguire in that regards. Oh my god, that's awkward, isn't it? How good is he as a ball-playing defender? That's when you know if it's a Harry Maguire defender or not. He's not actually terrible. If I can get to be faster, then we can work with this guy. I never realised he's 6'7" until now. And I've already been through this intake. How have I not noticed it until this moment in time? In other news, we're now somehow top. Yeah, so the team that we were trying to chase down and were 5 points clear of us, they've only picked up 5 points since the turn of the winter break. And in the 5 games, we picked up 10. Is it 10? It's 10 points, isn't it? Yes. Somehow we're now top, and we're only 6 points clear from dropping out of the top 6, so honestly, we've only built the gap by an extra point. We need to do more than that. Come on. So, we're back, and we have played the rest of the games in the normal season. We won the first one by 4 goals to nil, got their manager sacked, which was lovely stuff. And then Jakub Sota has decided to get 6 goals in the next 3 games. Even if we didn't win the first game, we won 3-0 the next game against Rush. Got it, we beat 2-1. We then drew against Korea by 0-0. It was a game that I was a bit surprised about. I know someone else is doing this challenge in Poland. They're managing that team, and they were struggling last I checked, but I think they've survived now. We then really get to the side after beating them 4-0, so that's great. We actually had a chance to be promoted and blew it against Sandesar before we won 2-0 in the next game with Damien getting both goals before we finished off the regular season by winning 4-1. And I think to myself, have we won the league or promotion? Yes, we've actually not only won promotion, but we've actually won the league outright. And Jacob decided to be an amazing superstar in the second half of the season. In 14 games, he got 13 goals. Yes, he got 6 goals in 3 matches at one point. But the fact that we have just one promotion in the first season of the save is both a good and a bad thing. It's good for reputation-wise. It's bad because we're probably going to be absolutely slaughtered in the top flight. And last time we got promoted in the first season with a team that I genuinely didn't think was ready for it. And I'm going to show you this here now. We're expected to be 14th place. We've just been promoted as champions. This cannot end well, especially when you realize I can't sign any players for the challenge. At least we've got a decent stadium, I suppose. The stadium, though, is going to help us in some capacity. Hopefully, we can fill it up and actually make it so we get a lot of people in. Yes, lovely, lovely stuff. So, fun fact, you can actually see the end of season review for your inbox now, which I didn't realize until I was playing the beta that you could. So this has happened. We've won the league title. New rivals, no one. We sold players. Yes, I might have got rid of a few players, youngsters mostly. Y-Man we got rid of. We also got rid of my tutor, who's now at Roche, so that's interesting. They actually took 2 of our players. Never played any of them. But we also got rid of this kid who bought on Happy I didn't get a price for. Both these kids actually I got rid of, mostly because they were already leaving us, and I decided, you know what? I'm just going to send them to you now. We only got 2.5 grand from transfers. We actually sold this guy in February, and he's played 22 times for his new club. So fair play to him. Admittedly, the board wanted me to get money, but yeah, we didn't need him, and he was kicking it off the stink, and yeah, I felt like it was a good time to get rid of him, really. But either way, we won the title by some miracle, and yeah, I can't even say we weren't the better team. We literally got the best goals scored and the best goal difference. I think we had the best defense. I could be wrong. I'm pretty wrong. We had a top goal scorer, 24 goals. So really, as far as I'm concerned, we've deserved this 100%. And we got knocked down in the cup, but that's fine. We got to the 3rd round. We're only supposed to be competitive, and we beat a top flight team 3-0. So yeah, we did okay there. The biggest win was 4-0 that game. We also scored the goal of the season in it, and I'm actually going to show you this because he actually won goal of the month with it. And the match to remember was actually this 2-1 victory. Did I actually beat this team? I do not remember beating this team. Apparently I beat this team because we won in the 93rd minute. Yeah, apparently we beat this team. I do remember that game now. Yes, we did beat them. I, for some reason, thought we never beat them, but turns out we did. I was just cannot remember doing it. But yes, we're going to show this goal of the season from Gazia, and let's see it now. Yeah, this goal was so good, it actually won the goal of the month in this month. And this is the shot that happens now. You can see why that's goal of the season, personally. And quite frankly, that's a ridiculous goal. And it was a 4-0 win in a game we didn't deserve to win 4-0. So, oh. Should I feel bad or should I not feel bad? I don't think I should feel bad for this one, personally, but that's just me. Finances is not great. Reputation. This feels very much like a Beograd save right now because we literally have a 1.5 star reputation, which didn't go up after getting promotion, despite winning the league this time. And we're not making a lot of money. And hopefully, next year that could be changed since we're going to be top flight next year. And sponsorship will get more and more money. And hopefully, we can play as many young players as possible so we can make as much money. Merchandise as well. We only got 29 grand from it. But we did sell 731 shirts. That's not bad at all. I'm not even going to try and say their names. Even if one of the players is now a personal favourite because of the fact he got 24 goals. This was the best 11 and yes, we did okay. The fact that only 4 players got above a 7 rating is kind of damning to the rest of the squad, but it also shows you just how bad everyone else was in the league, that we could win the title the way we did and still have this good of a team. I mean, the fact we had one player get over 10 goals in all competitions is a bit concerning, but what can you do? We only played 37 games. in the entire season. Accolades, well, Qatar got the Fans Player of the Year and Young Player of the Season. Gazier got the Goal of the Season. The fact we got 26 goals, 24 in the league from one player is quite nice. Kamel wanted to leave at one point, but still got 7 assists, the most in the season. We actually didn't see a hat-trick, and that's the bizarre part to me. Wabiki got 2 goals in a single match, but no one got a hat-trick in this game, in the save. And Jacob got like 9 Player of the Match awards, got the high temperature rating, but Sorak got 73 passes for 90. The fact we got all these records is ridiculous. The fact that the youngest player is currently 18 years in 181 days, that is going to be broken so quickly if I had my way with some of these players. I didn't need to bring in any younger players, but yeah, Marcel being what he was, I was kind of forced to throw him at some point. It was between him and Jan Cole, but yeah, 2 players that were looking good, and I'm happy with this. I'm really happy with the fact we've got this so far, and we've done so well with this save so far. History in the making, your hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at our end of season award ceremony. What Lublin took a little while to get going, but really set themselves up for the most magical outcomes with their mid-season run. Thank you, Marcin. Is it Marcin? I'm not going to try and say his last name, but Marcin's given us a lot of praise there. And here's a dynamic manager timeline, which is great. We turned up, we made an impression, and we won a Manager Month award. I don't know when this happened. I think it was in the first month. We also beat a top flight side, so that's a big upset. That's a good start here. And 4 wins in a row as a collecting dubs, apparently. Don't know why that's a thing. But then we took like a few future stars, Norbert. We just got, 5 players were signed that were really highly rated, and that's good. Yes, I said signed because we came for our youth intakes. That's what's happened there. But the fact we won a league title and we've apparently risen through the leagues is great. And it shows you that we are doing a good start. The fact is, from the bottom tier to the top is a lie. It's bottom playable tiers to the top, but whatever, I'll take it either way. As I'm sure you could tell, we are going to have a few issues here. We did actually gain 4,000 new followers on social media, which is lovely. I don't know how it's going to affect things, honestly, but we've got more core fans and more fair weather fans, which is not ideal. They also want me to play defensively solid football, possession football, and high tempo pressing football. It's literally the same formation that I was using at Qatar, so yeah, that could be fun. We also did this, and apparently are now wanting me to give just a maximum 1-year contract to players over the age of 32, a maximum 2-year contract to players over the age of 30, which is saying a lot. They only want me to attempt to avoid relegation from the top flight, so tells you a lot, doesn't it? But yes, playing defensively solid football, possession football, and high tempo pressing football is still the agenda. Work with the wage budget is the other thing. What is my wage budget, I hear you ask? Well, this is my wage budget. We have been given 27 grand a week to spend on wages, and we've been given 77,500 on transfers. My chairman is still here, and still hasn't been given a new contract, despite the fact he's actually someone who is kind of important. Where's he going to get a new contract? Apparently it's from the board that meant to give him a new contract. I think that's broken, so that's awkward. At least I know I've caused a shock, though. I mean, I won this trophy. I left someone in disbelief that I did it. I made them ecstatic. I've been praised by one of my own players, my right back, I think it is, Michel Kul. So that's good. And it's perfect, really. It just shows that we are really good at this job, and we should be here for a while. So let's see who else got promoted with us, because there is still a playoff to talk about. So the playoff finals happened, and the team that was expected to win the league title did get promoted, and the team that was the top of the table before the winter break happened also got promoted. The fact you can lose 8 times and still win the title is mad in this division, but when there's 2 teams expected to do much better drawing all the time, you know, it's a bad day for you. Also, look how tight it was at the bottom of the table. Like, anyone from 17th to 14th could have gone down on the last day of the year. The Stal going down was a bit of a shock because they just got relegated, so that's 2 straight relegations for them. I have no idea what's going to happen with them, but we are champions. I don't think this is going to go too well next year, though. I'm expecting a lot of problems next year going forward, and I don't want to suffer because I actually want to survive, and I'm really hoping I don't get sacked if I get relegated next year because of, you know, how good the team is. Apparently, we're now 25-1 odds to be promoted, which is weird because we just won the league. So it goes to show you just how bad the recent relegated teams were. The fact that we almost had a second team newly promoted get into the playoffs is mad to me. They finished in 7th. I almost took over this team as well. I'm just going to say it here now. I almost took over this team as my other option for this particular save. But it was the facility that turned me away from them, which is probably a blessing in disguise now, but what can you do? I also forgot to show you who won the World Cup at the beginning of the save, and Croatia, the World Cup champions. They beat Argentina in Messi's last game for Argentina in the World Cup. It's heartbreaking for Messi, but Luka Modric has added this to his tally of trophies now. So the rivalry never ends between the two of them, does it? We've also managed to get our National B license. We're looking to get our National A license as well. Our attributes are looking quite nice. They're not looking that bad at all. I'm thinking we're going to be good. I don't know what happened at the end of the season, but let's see who won European competitions this year. Galatasaray beat Wolves in the Europa Conference League final, which to me is actually shocking to say the least. I genuinely did not expect that to be the final for the Europa Conference League at all. Atletico Madrid beat Manchester United in the Europa League final, so I guess some things never change. United losing in this final again. But Liverpool take on Barcelona in the final today, and we're going to see who wins this. Liverpool beat Barcelona 4-1 in the final of the Champions League to win it for the 2nd year running. That's kind of awkward, isn't it, really? Also, lovely fact, we actually got 2nd place in the squad award, so we actually got given $237,000 for playing young players. It's almost as if this challenge and this league called out to me. I don't know why. Either way, though, I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys like and share this video and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. Where do you think we'll finish in the league next year? And should I be concerned about getting relegated straight away from the top flight of Poland? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions of that down below. But either way, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.